Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, welcome, and please click on the subscribe button and also on the notification bell so whenever I upload a new recipe every week, you'll be the first to get it. So in this channel, I share easy to make and delicious everyday recipe. So on today's recipe, I'll be showing you how I made this delicious jollof spaghetti. This is one recipe you need to add to your menu at home. You will love it, your family will love it. Very easy to make. So just watch till the end and see I was able to achieve this. So in a pot, I added some water and a bit of salt. I covered it and I allowed it to boil. After that, I added my spaghetti. So what I'm trying to do is, trying to pre-cook my spaghetti before I start the main cooking process. So I added my spaghetti. The amount of spaghetti depends on the quantity of persons you want to cook for. In my own case, I was cooking for just 2 persons. So I added just this quantity. So you try to make sure your spaghetti fits into your pot. If you are using a smaller pot, don't worry about that. Just allow it to boil a bit, then everything will be able to fit into your pot. So after that, you cover it and allow it to boil. So what I'm doing, I'm not going to make it allow it to be too soft because I'm going to cook it with the sauce later. So all I'm going to do is just to make sure it is not so strong. It is not so soft and not so strong, but just okay, just as you can see here, like this is okay. So just sieve it and keep it aside. So in a pot, I added some vegetable oil. I like it to heat up for like 2 minutes. Then I added my chopped onion and I fried for about a minute or 2. So all I did there was just to make sure the onion is well cooked and translucent. Then I added my tomato paste. So I use I use a sachet of tomatoes, small tomatoes. I was cooking for just 2 persons, that's why I use this little. But if I make it for a large quantity, you can use more than this. Okay, I will link all the ingredients in the description box. Everything I use, I will list it there so that you'll be able to get everything I use. So all I did here is just trying to make sure I loosen the tomatoes paste so that it is well absorbed into the vegetable oil and doesn't just cluster to one side. So next step, I added my blended tomatoes and pepper. This is just a blend of tomatoes and pepper, fresh tomatoes and pepper. You can use any pepper of your choice. You can use as much as you want. It all depends on your preference. Okay, so all I'm doing here is just trying to make sure I absorb the tomatoes, the tin tomatoes and the blended tomatoes to make sure it is well absorbed into the vegetable oil. So after that, I covered it and allowed it to cook for about 5 minutes or until it is well cooked. Okay, after 5 minutes, you will notice the oil has flowed to the top. This is the best way to know that your tomatoes is well cooked. The oil will flow to the top and it will look very nice, as you can see. When it gets to this point, then you know your tomatoes is well fried. So next step, I added some water. Okay, I'm adding water because I'm not using any form of chicken, beef or fish, so I don't have any stock. But if you have stock of any of the above, you can use it. I'm going to use sausage, so I don't have stock to add. So next step, what I'm trying to do is to add our seasonings and our spices. So I added some bay leaf, added some seasoning cubes, a little bit of salt. Please taste for salt so that you will not over salt it. Added some ginger powder. You can use regular ginger. I used some nutmeg. I also added a bit of thyme and also some curry powder. Then added my sausages. Okay, if you're not using sausages or any other, if you're not using sausages, you can skip this part. I'm using sausages and I'm adding it at this point because this is the only protein I have in this dish. If you are using maybe chicken or beef, you can skip the sausage part, or you can still include it. So it all depends on how you want it. So all I'm doing here just to make sure I combine the spices and seasonings together. Then I covered it and allowed it to cook for like 2 minutes. 2 minutes is just to make sure the sauce absorb into the sausages. After 2 minutes, as you can see, is looking so good. You can just enjoy it like this. If you don't want to go any step further, it is okay. Then the next step, I added my already cooked spaghetti, pre-cooked spaghetti. So I added it, and at this point, all I'm trying to do here is just to make sure I try to combine the spaghetti with the sauce. So yeah, you have to take your time to do it. Make sure you are patient. It can be tiring at times, but just do it. Just make sure all the sauce is well absorbed into the spaghetti so that you will enjoy every bit of it. So after that, as you can see, it's already looking so nice. You can just allow it to cook for about 2 minutes, then you can just enjoy it. But in my own case, I didn't want it just plain like this. I needed a bit of color and some crunchiness, so I added some bell peppers and some carrots. So if you don't like bell peppers, if you don't want veggies, you can just skip this part, but I really wanted this. You know, you can see the colors, they are really looking so nice. Okay, so I just combined all together and I covered it for like 2 minutes and allowed it to cook until the crunchiness has reduced a bit. I don't want it too soft and I don't want it too strong. So after 2 minutes, this is what you will get. Okay, your spaghetti is ready. And I tell you, if you make the spaghetti for anybody, even for yourself, you will know that yes, you've made something really nice. It is very delicious. I had this spaghetti and I was like, wow, did I cook this? I really liked it. So please give it a try and let me know how it turns out. Okay, I'll wait for your feedback. And please, if you've not subscribed, please do. Please like this post, share, and do have a lovely and wonderful day. Bye bye.